Hey everyone, today we're going to be looking at how to add rational numbers. So I've kind of sectioned my paper here to explain how we do same signs and different signs, and we'll talk about integers, decimals, and then fractions with like and unlike denominators. So as a review, with integers, if we have the same sign, so meaning I have either two negative numbers or two positive numbers, all I have to do is add and keep the sign. So what that means is I just add 8 and 11 together. So 8 plus 11 is 19. And since they were both negative to start, I make my answer negative at the end. Okay, so I just add and keep the sign. So then if we have different signs, meaning I have one negative, one positive, I have to do some subtraction of higher absolute value minus lower absolute value. And then we keep sign of higher absolute value. So this should all be review. So the higher absolute value here is 10. So I'm actually going to take 10 minus 2, because 2 is the smaller one, which gives me 8. Then I have to look at the sign of the higher absolute value. So negative 2 and 10. 10 had the higher absolute value. It was positive. I keep my answer positive. Okay? So now what's new is I'm going to now be giving you some negative decimals. So with this, we follow the same exact rules as before with same sign and different sign, but we also have to follow our decimal rule. So when we talk about decimals, when we add two decimals together, we have to line up our decimal places. So with this problem, if I just need to add and keep the sign, because they're both negative problems, or negative numbers, all I'm going to do is I'm going to add 3.7 and 6.5. When I add these decimals together, it's really important that I line up those decimals. So I do 7 plus 5 now, which is 12. Carry the 1. 1 plus 3 plus 6 gives me 10. My decimal stays in the exact same spot. Okay? And then just like before, I added, and now I have to keep the sign. So since these were both negatives, my final answer will be negative. So I have negative 10.2. So now if we look at decimals with different signs, so now I have one positive, one negative, I have to follow my integer rules and my decimal rule of lining up decimals. So same thing as we did with the integers, I have to take the higher absolute value and subtract the lower absolute value. So this is where I just kind of ignore the negative signs. I'm going to take the higher absolute value, which is 17.6, and I'm going to subtract the lower absolute value, which is 8.2. Since I'm dealing with decimals, my decimals are all lined up, and now I can just subtract. So 6 minus 2 leaves me with 4. I could technically borrow, but I'm going to have that same 1 anyway. So what is 17 minus 8? That gives me 9. And then, like I said, we keep the decimal in place. So I have 9.4. Now before I'm finished, I have to look, and I keep the sign of the higher absolute value. So I'm looking at 8.2 and negative 17.6. Negative 17.6 had the higher absolute value, so that means my answer has to be negative. So my final answer will be negative 9.4. So now we're going to look at some fractions. So we'll start off easy with fractions that have like denominators already. So we still have to follow the rules for fractions, which means we have to have a common denominator before we can add, which we already do. And so now we just have to add our numerators together. Now this is where our integer rule comes in. So we go back up to the top. Since they're both negative numbers, I have negative 5 and negative 5. I just add and keep the sign. So 5 plus 5 is going to give me 10. And since they were both negative numbers, I will have negative 10. Now the denominator, when we add fractions, always stays the same, so I'm going to have 6. Now this fraction can be simplified. Both of these numbers here can be divided by 2 because they're both even numbers. When I do that, I get negative 5 over 3. I will accept this answer. Even though it is an improper fraction, I will still accept this as long as it is completely simplified like I did here. If you do want to make it a mixed number, you would have -1 and 2/3. Okay, but like I said, you can keep it like this if you would like. Alright, so then with fractions with like denominators but with different signs, so that means I have to follow this rule. I still have to do the subtraction of higher minus the low, keep sign of the higher. When we have fractions like this, we're always going to put the negative on the numerator. So similar to last video where I talked about putting that negative on the numerator, we're still going to keep that this week as well. So this is really -2/3. -2 on the top, 3 on the bottom. Now with this number, we have a mixed number right now. So before I can add, I have to make this an improper fraction. So as a reminder, improper fractions are made by taking the whole times the denominator, adding the numerator. So I'm going to have 1 times 3 plus 1, which gives me 4. And then I keep that denominator, which is 3. Since the denominators already match, I can just add. Now when I add my numerators, I have 1 negative, 1 positive. So that's different signs. So really in my head, I have to do subtractions. 4 minus 2 gives me 2. The number with the higher absolute value was 4, so I keep this positive. The denominator stays the same, so my final answer is 2/3. Alright, so the last part here, we're going to do fractions that have unlike denominators. So if you see here, I can't really add just yet because I have 2 denominators that are different. So if I'm looking at 6 and 3, I know that the common denominator here is going to be 6. So that means the first fraction is going to be staying the same. So I'm still going to have -1 over 6. And since I'm rewriting this, I'm going to go ahead and put my negative on my numerator. With the next fraction, I am going to have to change this one into 6. Now, if I'm changing this 3 into a 6, I'm really just multiplying by 2, okay, or 2 over 2, because I'm not multiplying the numerator and the denominator. So this -2 times +2 gets me -4. Now that I have those like denominators, I can add across. So -1 plus -4. Once again, they're same sign. We add 1 and 4 together, which is 5. We keep it negative at the end. And then our denominator stays the same as 6. So our final answer is -5/6. Alright, the last problem here. So we have, once again, a mixed number. So we need to first change that into an improper fraction before we can do anything else. So this 3/12 is just going to stay the same here. I have to make this a mixed number, so 1 times 3 plus 2 is 5. And I have to remember this negative sign right here. Put that on my numerator, and then we have the 3. So now that I've made this an improper fraction, I can look at this, and I can't add yet because I don't have the common denominator. So the common denominator here, between 12 and 3, is going to be 12. So that means the first number will still be 3/12. The second number is going to have to change. If I'm going to change this 3 into a 12, I'm really multiplying it by 4. So -5 times 4 gives me -20. Now I can add, now that my denominators are the same. So I have 3 plus -20. These are different sign integers, so 3 plus -20 is really 20 minus 3, which is 17. Then I have to check for the sign. -20 has the higher absolute value, so I need to make my answer negative at the end. Okay, and then my denominator stays the same. So once again, this improper fraction is already in simplified form, so I would accept this as an answer. If you wanted to go one step further and make it a mixed number, it would be -1 and 5/12. Alright, thank you guys for watching. Have a good weekend.